The opening tip won by the Celtics, and we're underway in the Garden. Nothing going here on that drive. To Rozier. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Oladipo to Leonard. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Lays it up and in.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Hayward to Jaylen Brown. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket. Rozier into the front court. Down 2. Knocked loose. And that'll be out of bounds off of Oladipo. Hayward. 4-3. Man, that was a tough shot.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Leonard. Has a chance. Shot by Zubac, off the mark. Horford. Fires the 3. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Good look that time, but off the mark. Hayward. To Jaylen Brown. Oh, the pass stolen by Indiana. Here comes the screen. Oladipo. Oh, big finish at the rim.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Going to launch beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Leonard. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Well, you can't do that.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. That... to Marcus Smart. Rozier. Missed it. Joseph with it. Leads 1.
Green, get over, get over.
And throws it down.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Ball's controlled by Boston. For 3, he was all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Screen coming. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. To Marcus Smart. Rozier. Rebound belongs to Indiana. Trying to take it all the way, but it's no good. Not that time. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Hayward. Count it.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Nothing going here on that drive. Down to 5 on the 24. Trying to cash in. Knocks down a tough shot. That was smothering defense.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Over to the right side. To Hayward. Beyond the arc for three. Not that time. He missed it.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Knocked loose. Pacers have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Corey Joseph, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 76% from the line. First one, count it. And he makes them both. Boston with the basketball. Hayward to Marcus Smart. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and it's rebounded by Bogdanovic. Oubre. Fires the three. No good. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets it in the left corner. From the painted area, won't go down. Knocks it down off the step back.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
To Hayward. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Hayward. Now that's a contest.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Nice finish at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Good. Off a spin.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
to Kelly Oubre. Off the assist.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Count the basket inside.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
Shot from the lane won't go. To Marcus Smart. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Joseph with it. Lead stands at 10. Nice pass to set things up. A couple of cracks at the line now.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Ivica Zubac. He's got 2 shots coming. 71% for his career. And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Stepping in for Boston, number 42, Al Horford.
That's going to be out of bounds. Substitution being made in this one.
Number 4, Victor Oladipo.
Kawhi Leonard, 3 for 3 in this first half.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, add 2 points to the board. Time expires to end the first half. The Pacers are feeling good.
Thanks, Ed. The Pacers have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Indiana Pacers. The Celtics have yet to appear after one half of basketball. The way they struggle does... Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Oladipo into the front court. Up a dozen. To Thompson. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Has a chance? Yes, Klay Thompson. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
You know, someone had the audacity to ask Klay Thompson how he feels about being the 3rd or 4th option, and I love his response. He said, I don't care. When you're as efficient as me, my paycheck warrants it. And I think about a game he had this past year. 88.4 seconds of possessions, 52 touches, 33 shots, 11 dribbles for 60 points just in 22 minutes proves the reason why Klay is Klay.
Thompson to Leonard. Goes to the left side. Thompson To Leonard. Here's a chance from long range, and Kawhi Leonard buries the three with a hand in his face.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Pacers come up with it. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Victor Oladipo at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 80% at the line. 2 for 2 on that trip. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Down a bundle. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Oladipo into the front court. The lead is 15. Baseline drive, but he can't finish.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
The assist from number 13.
Oladipo into the front court. His team on top by 13. Celtics have it. Knocked loose. That's out. Last touch by Domantas Sabonis. It'll stay Celtic basketball. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Hayward. On the pass. Stolen by Indiana. Leonard, deep left corner. They'll get it down to Leonard, to Thompson. Here's Leonard for 2. Doesn't get the bounce. The follow won't go either. Kawhi Leonard. He's now 5 for 6.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Pacers control. Oladipo. To Leonard. Here comes the screen. Leonard. Whoa! What a finish!
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
The shot almost. Here comes the screen. Leonard. A pass taken away by the Celtics. And count the basket.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys up by 15. Here comes the screen. Oladipo to Thompson. Trying to cash in. Now a shot by Thompson, no good. Pacers have it. To Leonard. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Kawhi Leonard at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throw good to catch.
All right, let's do this. Into the game for the Pacers, number 4,
That's no good. Great defense. Turns and slams it down.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Celtics have it. To Rozier. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And the game flow in the second half is completely different than the first. That first half equals out of sight, out of mind. Way to recalibrate in the locker room and find your rhythm back on the court.
Leonard to Oladipo. 4-3. Not getting the bounce. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Knocked loose. Pacers come up with it. Yes, Victor Oladipo. 3 for 6 now.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Leonard. And a throwdown.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Knocked loose. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Kawhi Leonard. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. Boston with the basketball. To Jaylen Brown. Pacers have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
To Oladipo. Yes, Victor Oladipo. 4 out of 7.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard fires the 3. Can't connect. It's no good. To Hayward. Nice pass to get things going.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
This one to the Pacers as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pacers won this game after a close finish. When you're able to get steals like they did here today, it greatly improves your chances of winning. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Indiana Pacers. The Celtics just couldn't close this one out. The way they shot the ball, even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Oladipo read the defense perfectly, and his teammates reaped the benefits with easy baskets. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the remaining matchups. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. The Celtics begin the game with the basketball. To Hayward. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. You look at Gordon Hayward, who does he remind you of in the NBA?
Paul George, more so on the offensive end. He has the height and the size to shoot over smaller guards. Plus, I love the fact that he utilizes his body. How about in his 7 years with the Utah Jazz, he made $53 million. You're seeing his game really blossom, which is the reason why Danny Ainge signed him to that 4-year, $128 million deal.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Nuggets with the basketball. Not that time. To Hayward. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Porter. Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be one of the future centers in the game.
Hayward to Marcus Smart. Curling inside. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Porter. To Jokic. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Knocked loose. Nuggets have it. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Spinning shot. Won't fall. Murray with it. His team up by 7. Shot from the lane won't go. Another follow. Stays out.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Backcourt. Hayward. To Marcus Smart. Fires the three.
To number 50. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
First free throw is good. Second and 3. Got it. Perfect from the line. It's all 3 of them. It's Denver's ball. To Jokic. Here's a chance from long range. He was all over him. Hayward. Beyond the arc for 3. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Murray's shot won't fall.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Pass there, taken away by Denver. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Boston with the basketball. Count the basket at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Murray into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Finishes strong. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Substitutions. Boston.
From the painted area, won't go down. Celtics come away with it. Fires the three. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Number 37, Jimmy Ojala. Into the game for the Nuggets. Number 51, Myers Leonard.
Won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Thomas into the front court. Leads 4. Deep right corner. Has a look. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
Yeah, I know Will Barton got some votes for 6th Man of the Year, and he finished 4th and all about him. But last year, his stock was at an all-time high, and he posted career best numbers across the board at 27 years old. It's good to see him play in the NBA the same way he played in the streets of Baltimore growing up.
Free throws coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Able to convert on both free throws. Thomas with the basketball. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. From long range, it's good for 3.
What a smart play, and Ed, with barely no traditional low post players left in the game, you have 10 players on the perimeter. When you have a guy who's able to utilize his step back, that helps get shots over people with length.
This day and age, very rarely is there a bad shot from the perimeter. Has a chance. Smart shot, no good. On the follow, way to stay with it.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit him where it hurts.
Knocked loose. Celtics have it. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Shot from 3/4 court is good. He buries it. Who does this guy think he is? Few would take it. He drills it. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
To Thomas. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. To Marcus Smart. Tatum. Not easy.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Denver's got it. Probing the defense. Thomas. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Trying to cash in. Just off the mark.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Pass taken away by the Celtics. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
From the outside, no good. Thomas across the timeline. Down a point. Knocked loose. Celtics have it. Tatum. Oh, that's how it's done.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Denver as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Starting in for the Boston Celtics, number 14.
Thomas to Ken Bazemore. Porter. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Can't get past the defender. To Thomas. Not that time. 4-3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Goes to the left side. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. Porter. Oh, nice swat.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Celtics have it. Here comes the screen. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Thomas into the front court. Down 4. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Boston with 4 to shoot. For 3, it's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Ed, body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Got it.
Get it, shoot it again.
Denver ball right now. Thomas. Here comes the screen. To Thomas. Got it. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Porter. To Thomas.
2 minutes remaining in the second.
Denver with 4 to shoot. Short jumper off the mark.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Thomas with the basketball. They trail by 7. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Misfires. It's no good. To Marcus Smart. Thomas across the timeline. Right now, down 7. It's the Celtics with the rebound.
In the second quarter.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Slam dunk.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Hayward. Lets it fly from long range. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
The assist from number 1.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Nuggets have the possession. Had a chance, but it's no good. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. First half in the books. The Celtics have the lead.
Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Celtics are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics. The Nuggets are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. And that back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Murray into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Marcus Smart. Surveys the floor. Hayward. He's looking for an opening. To Rozier. Fires the 3. Well defended.
They had so much success in the first half knocking down the three-point shot. That's not the case so far in the second. Try to play inside out. Maybe attack the rim. See the ball go in first.
Rozier into the front court. Up by 3. And Gordon Hayward knocks down a wide open look.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
Here comes the screen. To Jokic. They call a 3-second violation. Here's a chance from long range. That's good D. Shot no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Shot won't go. Rebound reeled in by the Nuggets. Murray with the basketball. The deficit is 6. Passed it off. The monster stuff. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Baseline drive. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Murray with it. His guys trail now by 4. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. A lot of contact, no whistle.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Nuggets have the possession. Take stock of the floor. Has a chance and strokes it.
Man, why do I feel like Canadians are really taking over the NBA? Kitchener's finest, Jamal Murray, is really coming into his own as a player. There was so much confusion his first year. Am I a 1? Am I a 2? And now I see a kid who is just Jamal Murray. He doesn't care what position he is. But when the ball is in his hands, there's no doubt about it. He is built for the big-time moments. And he's a scorer, an elite scorer, that can make everybody else around him better.
Time to shuffle things up.
For the Boston Celtics, number 0, Jason Tatum.
To Hayward. Gets a shot up, off the mark. Another follow, still no good. Another follow, no good.
Into the game for the Denver Nuggets, number 0, Zeke.
Thomas. They go to Jokic, down low. Oh, Nikola Jokic. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
To Rozier. Beyond the arc for 3. That one off the mark. It's no good. Martin into the front court. His guys down 3. Add 2 points to the board.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Rozier with it. He'll run the offense. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot from the lane won't go. Barton to Jokic. To Will Barton. Trying to cash in. And the finish. Jay, that was unguardable.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Fires the 3. Tough shot. Well defended. To Thomas. Jokic. Here comes the screen.
Screen right. Hooking.
Thomas to Will Barton. Offensive rebound. Nice pass to get things going.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Thomas to Will Barton. Thomas to Will Barton. And a pass stolen by Boston.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Thomas into the front court. Game's all tied in the final minute here in the third. To Will Barton. Here comes the screen. Barton. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it. That misses with a second to go. That's the end of the third quarter. No separation so far. It's all even. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth and final quarter. And this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after 3.
This is what happens when you have winners on both sides. People who are not willing to give up and will continue to scrape and claw to get themselves in a position to win this ballgame.
Celtics have it. Probing the defense. From the painted area, won't go down. Knocked loose, and that's going to get out of bounds. It'll stay Celtic basketball. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Subbing in for the Denver Nuggets, number 51, Myers Leonard.
He was hacked. They let it go. Murray into the front court. The lead is 2. To Porter. No good. Has a look. He connects with the step back.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Murray into the front court. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. No good. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Jay, I'm surprised. He had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Here comes the screen. Porter. Denver with 4 to shoot. From long range. Tough shot. He hits.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Gets it in the left corner. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. 4-3. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Here comes the screen. To Porter. And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does 2 things. Number 1, it creates distance in a hurry. Number 2, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is a difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of the shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Boston with the basketball. Good. Off a spin.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Murray with the basketball. Up 5. To Porter. The screen sets him up for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Nothing going here on that drive. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Here comes the screen. To Porter. And he hits. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Jokic. Nice pass to set things up. Whoa! What a finish!
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Hayward to Rozier. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Jokic. Barton. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Jumper's good.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because...
Going to launch beyond the arc. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Will Barton. Oh, nice find for the basket.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Time for some new personnel into the game. To Hayward. For 3, shakes free and hits.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
It down off the step back.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. And a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1. Denver Nuggets are in the penalty.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss. It's the Nuggets who come away victorious as they take care of business at home. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
is Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Nuggets did what great teams do best: finish. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. Check out the leading scores for the Denver Nuggets. The Celtics are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. This loss is probably all the more frustrating, given how well they were attacking the second effort plays. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game. Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off. Easy layup.
play of the game. ball, good ball. I got something for him.
Play of the game.